Most family arguments, especially in highly conservative communities, can essentially be boiled down to a misunderstanding of language. Let's say that you tell your parents that you want to travel the world, broaden your horizons, and you use those exact words. Now, for you, that makes absolute sense. It's a very clear proposition, and it's based on your own internal experience and your definition of your personal growth. But to them, when they hear that sentence, broaden your horizons, they might think getting a stable job, building a career, working up some sort of corporate ladder. So what essentially happens is the discussion changes. The discussion now becomes centered around the specific language that has been used, and you both start arguing and everyone feels misunderstood. Now, this is a phenomenon that Ludwig Wittgenstein explored in his philosophy of language. In his famous book, The Tractatus, he famously said that the limits of my language mean the limits of my world. And later in his philosophical investigations, he developed this idea and this concept called language games. The idea that words don't have like a fixed meaning in isolation, they sort of take their meaning from our lived experiences and the societies that we come from. So if you've grown up in the West or in a relatively progressive environment, your language will be shaped by that environment. And if your parents, especially if they come from a highly conservative community, they come from a specific culture where their language is shaped by a specific set of risks, values, and expectations. And you see this in almost any ideological discussion, even in politics. For example, you might hear a discussion about war or abortion, whether it's, pro-choice, pro-life. All the arguments, if you really boil them down, are just people fighting over definitions. What is the meaning of life? What is harm? What is freedom? What is war? What is peace? These are language games that we play. So in your family, in this problem in particular, it's not simply a disagreement about traveling as a concept. It's about the language that's been used to present the concept of traveling. Does that make sense? Wittgenstein's argument was that a meaningful factual proposition is one that matches reality. For example, if I say that cats can't live in the clouds, there's not really going to be that much of a debate or an argument because we both agree on the language and the terms of the games that we're engaging in. But if I say that cats are the best animal in the world, now the conversation changes because how do you define the best? We're not playing the same language games anymore. What is the best? Is that, emotional connection? Is that physical ability? What are the attributes that define best? So if you struggle to articulate yourself or communicate with your loved ones, click the link in my bio and book a free clarity call, and we'll try to unpack and discuss the situations that you're having with your family or your community and figure out the language that you're using that might be a source of the frustration.